you to this town. On behalf of the councillors and the staff and myself of Greenspond, we welcome you and hope you will enjoy your stay with us this evening. We are here for an eye-opening production. A little bit of history and a personal story that goes back, I guess, for a lifetime. And I'm not telling you what it's all about. That it will be revealed to you as it goes by. It's a kind of an interesting little thing. Anyway, let me introduce first of all our guests. First of all, I'll introduce the young lady first. It's Kelly Davis, and she is the associate producer working with the National Film Board in this particular production. And our writer and producer is Adrian Wills. Got it right. W-I-L-L-S. And I guess it's Adrian's search for truth, for identity. As I said earlier to him, I said, you and I have something in common. We were both adopted. I never had any interest in discovering my roots. I knew who my mother was, but I did not know my father, and I had no interest in finding out. I had a good life with a good family, and I got to live to be, well, still 80. No, he had an interest in his roots, and this is what this story traces. He's going to tell you all about it, and a lady that we knew, I simply knew her as Mary. And I remember her at the High Tide Lounge many, many years ago. That was a Saturday night get-together for everyone. Anybody who grew up in Greenspond knew about the High Tide and knew about the celebration and the fun we used to have there and the music and all that sort of thing. But anyway, that's all ancient history. I want you people to sit back, to enjoy, and especially those of you who came from outside of this community, thank you for coming. And one more thing, before you leave, there will be a cup of tea and a cookie or a sandwich or whatever. So enjoy the evening, and I'm certain that we're in for a real treat. So thank you very much for being here. Thanks to the National Film Board. Thank you, Adrian. Thanks to God. All yours.
Nice to meet you. Thanks so much for coming. So, it's true, I had no idea where this story was going to take me. I had no idea what I was doing, and you'll see that in this film. I am adopted. I'm from Montreal, or like I was adopted to Montreal, but I'm from St. John's. And, or I thought I was from St. John's anyway. And I ended up, I'm a filmmaker. I've made films for about 25 years, following a lot of other people's stories. I've been really lucky. I've made some films with big celebrities and that kind of thing, but I'd never thought about making a film about my own story at all. And I came here a couple of years ago, and I ended up finding some information. I found my birth records. And when I first found my birth records, it was the craziest thing, because I realized I had a whole other name. And that opened something in me where I realized that I could have had a whole other life. And when I was looking through those records, I was trying to find my parents' names. And when I said to the woman who'd given me the records, she was somebody who had she was kind of an office clerk for the two hospitals in St. John's. And I said, can you give me my mother's name? And she said, I said, do you know my mother's name? And she said, no. She said, yes, I do. And I said, can you give it to me? And she said, no. And that started something in me where I realized I really wanted to find out where that would go. And because I'm a filmmaker, I decided I was going to try to put people in the real experience of what it's like to go looking for something. So I decided that no matter what, I would film everything. And that would be the film I would make, because I wanted people to understand what it's like to be adopted and to not know, and to always kind of, to start having that idea that you need to search. And that's what brought me here, and you'll see the rest in the film. Just to let you know that the film does have some darker subject matter, like any kind of life story. Not everything is perfect, but I think the film also has a lot of honesty, and I hope you enjoy it. An adopted child is really a wolf raised by humans. We are loved children, bastards, unrespectable by blood. And ours is the world of magic, fairy tales, and legends.
Adrian is a filmmaker from Montreal, but born in Newfoundland, and he's starting a journey, and you don't know where this is going to take you.
Early 70s, there were hundreds of young children being relinquished for adoption on a daily basis.
I mean, Newfoundland's famous for trading children around, right? Like, they just sort of like farm them out.
Unbelievable. I was told that you were in hospital.
Yeah, they didn't tell you the truth. My biological mother, she was 20 years old. She was a quiet girl.
That's your mom. I believe she was a soldier.
She did create problems with the family.
Trying to understand what my origin story was, but it's turning into something else.
Wait, we don't have any choice but to close the file here.
Do you think you should always look for the truth?
I think the truth can fuck you up. But if you're not interested in the truth, then you're not interested in living.
Your best starting point is with the police. Someone has called in, someone has found her.
The way I see it, absolutely everything was taken from him.
My journey and her journey have too many similarities. Norman Cabell and the people here at Greenspond really helped me find so much that I never thought I was going to find. You know? Like I told you from the beginning, I had no idea right from the beginning what I was getting into, and I don't even know, to be honest with you, if I knew whether I would, because it gave me so much. You know, it gave me a sense of family, the family that I met, and people here, how I feel about Greenspond, like knowing how much Mary, how much she loved this place. Anyway, I wanted to thank you. You know, thank you so much for giving me that opportunity, and yeah, the one thing I wanted to do was be honest with you, and so that's what this film is.
Let me say that was a brilliant piece of work. I don't think I ever went through what you went through in that regard. How long did it take you to put all that together? How much did it take in terms of time?
It took us 3 years. It took me 3 years. 3 years to put the film together. Because I kept coming back.
Including the writing?
I didn't write anything.
You didn't write it?
Well, I wrote it in the edit room, but I didn't write a thing. There's a couple of little bits, but I wanted it to be as real as possible, so it's all conversations. It was all real experiences that I had with people. Because a lot of people don't know what it's like to go looking, although I'm learning a lot of people here in Newfoundland do, you know, they feel it in their hearts. A lot of people have come to me and talked to me about their stories. But what I wanted to do was, I wanted to make audiences or anybody I was going to share this with, I wanted them to know what it felt like to go looking. So the way to do that was to do no writing, you know, I wanted everything to be real. And so that's what I did, you know, because I felt like anything I'd watched about people who were adopted, I'd never felt I never felt it was real enough for me, I guess. And I thought, you know, here's something that, yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I really just wanted to find as much as I could about Mary. So I mean, if anybody here has stories to share with me, my God, I'd love to hear them, you know, because, yeah, I'd love to hear them. Because, you know, anything I could hear. I mean, what I was looking for was footage, you know, of seeing her move. Like, because I realized, you know, I say in the beginning in that radio that I just want to see a picture. But I kind of lied. I didn't just want to see a picture. I wanted to see her. And that's what that was. Yeah.
It certainly took you a long journey.
Yeah, it's a long journey.
You know, from St. John's from Montreal to St. John's to Greenspond.
To Arizona.
Way down to Arizona.
Yeah. But Greenspond is just such a wonderful place. It's like such a, like really, even when I showed up again today, I just thought, I love being here.
It's just another home for you now.
Yeah, it's just such a beautiful place. We're very lucky to have it. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good piece of work.
Yeah, thanks.
Another question?